We got 21 orders going out on eBay and one on Poshmark for $540. So let's get to pulling these orders, guys. What's going on, everybody? My name is Marcus. Welcome back to another video. Today is Wednesday, hump day. We're halfway through the week. Got 21 orders on eBay going out, one on Poshmark. The auctions, guys, I told you guys on the live stream last night how the auctions went. Auctions went pretty good. All in all, I sold like 50 items on the auctions. Still waiting on like 7 of them to pay, which, you know, they probably won't, but I'll just end up donating those items. And then I sold probably straight out at the $6 buy it now price that I had on those really old items. I sold a handful of them, probably about 30 of them, and I got one, I believe, going out today in today's video, so you guys will see that as well. Made a lot of space, got a lot of empty space in here, so that was the goal, to get rid of a lot of that old inventory that I never should have picked up in the first place. And I think that's just a common mistake that a lot of new resellers make, and that's definitely one that I made when I was out, just picking up stuff that I thought looked cool. I didn't know how to look up comps. I didn't know how to look up sold comps, and what I was doing was I was pricing stuff at the asking price. You can ask anything you want on eBay. It doesn't mean it's going to sell for that much. And so when you're looking up comps in the store, you're like, oh, somebody's got this listed for $45. Come to find out, it's not even a desirable brand. You know what I mean? So I think as we get started into this eBay thing, we don't really truly know exactly what we're doing. That's the value of having a Patreon. That's the value of having mentorship, having someone help you along that. So if you guys do want to join the coaching program, there's a 7-day free trial. You guys can join my Patreon. There's a link down below in the description where we got calls every week. 4 days a week, I do a call in the morning. 2 days a week, Reseller Time does a call Tuesdays and Thursdays in the evening time, so that way the people that work a morning job can actually still get the value that they need. So I'm going to show you guys some of these items, answer some of your questions, and go over some things that are just going on in the business, and give you guys an update on how things are going with me doing 5 listings a day right now. Okay, so probably the biggest thing I need to let you guys know is how the old items that were listing the items that had sold already, and just messing up my store when I ended the auctions. Update on that. That was Friday of last week, so that was what, 5 days ago now. Everything's back to normal. I had a lot of you guys make the suggestion to turn my store on vacation mode and not allow sales. I appreciate that offer, but that's just totally not feasible for me. I can't turn off sales on my store, guys. I would rather take my luck with trying to cancel an order on a buyer than to not make any sales. I have to make a certain amount of money a day in order to keep the lights on. So big shout out to everybody that made that suggestion. Great suggestion if you're small, not great suggestion if you're trying to do things at any sort of level. I was able to go on Poshmark, sort by the orders, typed in all the custom SKUs that were on the Poshmark orders ever, and I deleted all those active listings. Then I also went through all the items that got listed that day on February 23rd and checked those against the items that had sold in the past 90 days on eBay. And I was able to find all the duplicate listings that way, or the items that sold that I didn't have. And then for all the duplicate listings that were double, there was an auction and a buy it now price on all those items. I just went to the eBay duplicate listing tool, and I ended the listings from that website. So I was able to get everything down back to the normal number of items listed. Now, with me doing that, it was a learning experience. So now I know, because I have items on auction still, I know what to do now when those items end on auction. And the chances are, if they're going to make it through 2 weeks of auctions, they're not going to be worth relisting anyway. So chances are I'm just going to delist those items altogether and not put them back in my store. Now the only thing that I have an issue with is the items that are cross-listed, which this is why cross-listing is frowned upon, and I understand that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm making money on Poshmark, so I'm going to keep on cross-listing. So now I got the issue of having to relist the items that I've already listed on Poshmark. I got to go back in and relist those, because now those items have been ended since I ended the listing on eBay. They've ended on Poshmark. So now I got to go back in and like relist all those. So that kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Let me get to some of these questions. Maisha says, great job on the auctions. How long did you run the auctions for? I only ran them for a week, 7 days, Friday to Friday. And that's what I did on this go round, where I ran them back the second time too. Cheryl Miller, my accountant, she missed the live stream last night. On Monday, or whatever May 5th is, May 5th, there's going to be a podcast that Cheryl Miller and Sarah over at Cha-Ching Chats had me on their show. I'll leave a link down below in the description, and you guys can go over there and check that out on the 5th. I think it was a really good podcast, just to be able to have people ask me questions that, I don't really get to think about all the time. Is good, because Sarah, she's been around for a while reselling, but she's done different niches, and now she's getting into clothing. So it was awesome to be able to talk to her and meet her. And Cheryl, like I said, that's my tax professional. So it's been good to know her over the last few years as well. She's been able to watch me grow from not doing clothing as an everything seller to just where I am now. So make sure you guys subscribe to their channels. Assets of Beauty says, you're almost there with Whatnot. The handful of hats you said you still have would be a good draw in your Whatnot marketplace. Just the thought to start driving traffic to your new spot. Best of luck. So I appreciate everybody that has followed me on Whatnot. Follow me on Whatnot, guys. When I hit 100 followers over there, I'll do a show. I'm not even at 50 yet, so whenever I get there, I'll do a show over there. A lot of people making car suggestions. I did get a car. I got a car about a week and a half ago now. It's a Chevy Impala, so it's not the biggest of cars, but it's a car nonetheless for right now, until I get the engine fixed on my Kia, which is an SUV. So that's going to be the big car. This car that I'm driving now is just a car to get me around. Just sold another item on auction. Let's go. More Reese's Capris. When something sells I can't find, I message the buyer and offer them anything else in my store that is double the price of what they tried to buy, and either they find something or ask for a refund, and I've never received a defect or negative feedback for it. It's happened about 100 times in the last 8 years. People are understanding if you're polite. So I was polite on one of these items. I sold a Colorado State map hat 2 times in the same day, or yeah, 2 times in one day, like back to back. And I messaged the person. I told them the scenario, what was going on. They're like, cancel the order. You will receive negative feedback from me. You know what I mean? What can I do? You know what I mean? I was like, that's fine. I told them, in the nicest way I could, that's fine. It's their right to do it. I was just trying to solve their issue, and I thought it was unfair. I can't remember off the top of my head how I worded it, because it was last week. But, you can't please everybody. At the end of the day, they did ask to cancel the order, so I was able to get the order canceled and move on about it. So I'm not going to get hung up on stuff like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start getting into these orders, show you guys what's going out. So let me pull the Poshmark order first and get that one out of the way. This is a pair of Wrangler Jeans, men's 34-28. Not the biggest, or not the best of size. 21-830. 21-830. But those sold for 15 bucks. Had them listed for 25. Since I hadn't had a sell on Poshmark in like 2 days, I just went ahead and accepted it. So it's also a weird size. 28 in the length is not a very tall person. I'm short and I wear 30 in the length, so I wouldn't take any chances on hanging on to them much longer. But if you guys want to use Vendu, there's a link down below in the description. You can save 25% off on your first month, and ask for the unlimited plan if you list over 250 items in a month, because you get a really, really good price break. But yeah, let's jump into these eBay items. Now, before I get into these items, like I said at the beginning of the video, I've been doing 5 items a day for pretty much since I crashed my car, so about 2 weeks ago. And that's due to the fact that that's what I had on standby inventory wise. Now, I did get a friend of mine, somebody donated some clothes at our church, and we don't do that at my church. We don't take donations there, so they just gave them to me. And I looked through it, and I only found 2 items that was worth keeping out of a big old box in a bag. So I donated the rest of it. But the rest of what I got was, I got some clothes from someone I know, and then I had drafts built up in my draft bank. So what I'm I think I got 8 drafts left in my draft bank. I did go out to the thrift store yesterday. I picked up 3 items. My thrift guys are slim pickings. That's why I drive all the way to the bins, because that's the only way that I'm going to be able to do it and get a substantial amount of items in one day. So the 5 a day is still getting results. I just really honestly just think it's due to the size of my store, because listing 5 a day and selling 21 in a day, that's not going to happen for everybody. It's just due to the sheer number of items that I have listed. So with that being said, let's jump into those 21 items. So we got a vintage Kansas Museum shirt. This shirt right here, I had it listed for 20. The person offered me 10. We settled on $13.50. That's a men's large. Got this Nordstrom shirt, button-up shirt, men's 15.5. It sold for $9. Nordstrom is great in the mall, or not in the mall, in the plaza or wherever it's at that it's at. But Nordstrom stuff doesn't sell all that great unless you get like wool fabric. Got a vintage Ireland sweatshirt. If you guys watched the video last week, I sold a vintage Ireland sweatshirt as well. This one is a men's extra large, and that sold for best offer of $16. This is a vintage jerseys shirt on a made in USA, just a blank. Let's see, sold for $12.50. I picked those up. Normally they sell for a little bit more, but I had that on sale because it was over 6 months old, and sold with a 20% off coupon on top of that. This is a Gap hoodie, a women's 2XL, and it's got like cheetah spots on it. Sold for $9. Then we got this USA shirt. It's a Nike tee. I think it might be just a Nike swoosh that looks like a flag. That sold for best offer of $14. So for me, still one of the processes that I would love to hire out is sourcing. I would really love to not have to source. I would love for inventory to just come to me, and that's very possible. I just got to build the proper relationships. I'm just so spoiled, man. Honestly, I'm so spoiled by the prices of the bins. Knowing what sells well for me that people don't pick up in the bins makes sourcing easy. I just really don't enjoy it anymore like I used to. You know what I mean? I know it's necessary to be able to get good items to be able to sell them, but at the end of the day, if I didn't have to go drive 2 hours, away there and 2 hours the way back and spend the whole day there, it would probably be much more fun. Like if I had a Benz that was like in my same town, it would be a totally different experience than it is for me now. But with me just being as busy as I am inside, not my eBay business, but with other stuff, it just really kind of feels more like a chore, you know what I mean? And so like, with the 5 a day, doing 5 a day listings a day, it's kind of brought a little bit of joy back into it, slightly, because I know that if I go out to a thrift store and I can't find 200 items for the week, I know that I don't need that many right now. I know that right now I only need 35 items for the week, but that doesn't stop me from trying to get as many as I can. Now, with that being said, next week when I go back to the bins, I got to go back to getting 20 a day. So to start lining up some good sourcing opportunities, maybe, find some people that do wholesale that actually have good items, and just continue to like source online and do some sniping. I guess I got to hop in some whatnot streams and make that happen. Let me go over these next few batch of items. So these are Wrangler jeans right here, vintage, made in the USA. Sold for a best offer of $17. Those are men's 30-36. Got this Exist t-shirt. It's got a Anna Maria Island graphic on it. That sold for $13. That's a women's large. Got these Lucky Brand jeans and these Perry Ellis jeans sold in a bulk order or a bundle for $50, $25 a piece. And those are both what size? 34. So 34-30. Perry Ellis, man, is not an awesome brand, but I guess these jeans just happen to fit what the guy was looking for. They both kind of look similar with the embroidery on the back pocket. And these I got for free from the lady I showed you guys that free stuff I got a couple months back. These are vintage American Eagle cargo pants. Those sold for a best offer of 20 bucks. They're $38.32. And then we got Bonobos wool pants. These sold for $45. And those are $33.32. Then we got another pair of Bonobos pants. These sold for a best offer of 33 bucks while I was on the live stream last night. So I really have been loving the simplicity of all this over the last 2 weeks, though. Really puts things into perspective, man. For me to be able to be seeing pretty great results still, because my numbers are back. My numbers had dropped down below 10,000 for the 31 days, right? Because I don't know what was going on with eBay, and the items just search, everything was just all messed up, right? And now my numbers are back up. It's not as high as I would want it to be, but my numbers are above 11,000. And so I had never dropped down below 10,000 in the last 2 years. My numbers had stayed, for a lot of you guys that know, like even under 12,000 is low for me. Like I was at $18,000 a month. And so for me to be at 11,000 is still pretty low, but it's trending upwards again. My numbers were down. I was down 23%. But a lot of that goes with stepping away from the accepting every offer business model that I was doing just to make, sales. With me starting to generate a little bit more traffic inside the store, I'm able to start hitting higher number days consistently here lately. And it's making me look at things in a different light. I know I was talking to a guy on the live stream last night that does 50 a day. And when I was doing 90 a day, launching 50 of those items a day, I was grinding. It was a long day. Then I dropped down to doing 30 a day, doing 50 sets of photos, doing 30 listings of those every day. And that was much more sustainable, going from the 90 a day mindset, dropping it down to 50 a day, doing 30 of those. It was like a breeze. It was easy piece of cake. Plus using my lister on top of that, I was able to be much more productive in a shorter amount of time, doing less listings than I was. It was taking me 16 hours to do 90 listings. All the photos, all the listings, all the drafts myself. I didn't have a lister at that point in time. Implementing the lister has really been a game changer in my business, guys. For real, I know there's a lot of stigma out there about using a lister, but for me, it's been a game changer. And it's really made me to be able to buy back my time. And that's been the best part about it all. My lister is available. If you join the Patreon, there's several listers in there. There's 3 different listers that all have teams of listers that will, can be available for you guys to use to work with and do your listings for you. Let's see, Simply Southern shirt. Hang on, guys. Simply Southern t-shirt sold for $5. That's a women's 2XL. 511 tactical pants. That's $36.30. Those sold for $20. Nike sweatpants, straight leg joggers. Those sold for $14 on the best offer. It's a men's medium. Then we got a 7 Brew coffee. It's a coffee house in Springfield, Missouri. Employee shirt sold for $14. Then we got this Nike Nigerian soccer team t-shirt. That sold for a best offer of $15. Got a Rue 21 tank top, women's small. Don't pick that stuff up, guys. That sold for $7, and it took almost 2 years to sell. This is a Rockin' Republic thermal shirt. Fair brand. This took quite a while to sell as well. Over 2 years. The jeans sell much better than the shirts. This sold for $11.25. That's a men's extra large. And we got this American Eagle hoodie, which I sell all the time. All the time, guys. And this one skated all the way through. It sold for $10, and it's been listed for 2 years. That is a men's small. May have something to do with it on the size, but I sell men's small stuff all the time too. And here's another item that this sold for $6 on the auction buy it now price. Just skated on through because I stopped listing shoes over a year ago. So You stop listing in those categories, your sales slow down drastically. So what is my takeaway from this 5-a-day, not really even experiment? I was kind of forced into it. What is my takeaway from this? The takeaway is 5-a-day can still be lucrative if you have a large store. Is 5-a-day going to be good for someone that's, just getting started out? Probably not. You're not going to see 21 sales in a day on eBay. But has it been relaxing? Absolutely. But these days are almost over with. Monday I'm back to the grind of 20 a day, and I've just been really enjoying the little slight break that I've had the last 2 weeks. But the name of the game is to make money, so that's what I'm gonna do. Really appreciate you guys watching the video. That's gonna do it for this one. Catch you guys on the next one. Until then, let's make this cash, guys. Peace.